If I can have your attention in the Infield Media Center, our next driver coming in to talk with us this morning is Kyle Busch, driver of the number 18 M&M's Toyota. Kyle, 2 wins this season, third in points. Just talk a little bit about your week and coming into Dover.
We're definitely looking forward to getting back to racing and getting on the racetrack here this weekend. Yesterday was nice with the truck series, and our Traxxas Tundra was pretty good. So looking forward to tonight's race, and being able to get on the racetrack this weekend in all 3 series is going to be fun too. And had a great opportunity here last year to sweep the weekend, and we did end up winning the Nationwide in the Cup Series race. Unfortunately, we had a fuel problem with the trucks, but feel like that's resolved, and best case scenario, come back and try to sweep it again here.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions. Please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. We'll take first Woody, then Lee Spencer, and back up here to Claire.
Woody Kane with MRN. Kyle, after all the meetings with NASCAR, do you feel like you have a clear understanding of where the lines you can't cross are now, and how's all that situation been going when you've talked with NASCAR?
I do. I understand it perfectly, actually. It's quote unquote the boys have at it. That happens out on the racetrack, and it seems like they allow us to police ourselves pretty simply out there. But when matters get taken into the driver's hands or anything else on the pit road, which innocent bystanders can be injured or something that NASCAR is going to step in, and they're going to intervene, and they're going to set penalties the way that they feel need to be levied. So to me, it's not a gray area. It's pretty simple. It's black and white, and I'm not focused in all that really, or in what penalties should be during what circumstances, because I'm a racer, and I know that going out there on the racetrack and trying to win is the utmost thing. And if you do that, then you certainly shouldn't be getting in any brawls or anything like that.
Okay, Lee Spencer.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Kevin's guys came running out there to defend their driver. Where was the 18 team, or were they not aware of Harvick's past antics?
To be honest with you, I don't know if they were aware of the antics. I had already unplugged my radio, so I don't know what was going on over the radio. But we were pitted down in pit stall 3 or 4 or something like that last week. So I do know that it was an awfully long way to haul, if you ask me. But as I did turn in to the garage area after what happened down at the end of pit road, that I did see some guys coming from that way. They were behind the pit wall. They weren't out on pit road. So, when I turned into the garage area, some of them were turning in with me and following the car. And when I got back to the truck, there were about 4 or 5 at the truck. So they were where they were supposed to be. I'll say that.
Claire
B. Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. Kevin was kind of unhappy when he came in here with what the meeting yesterday. He called for NASCAR to actually be more specific. He didn't really buy the tire going down thing, and he felt like by you going into the right rear quarter panel, you were sending a signal of throwing the gloves down, and that he knows what that means, and that there's probably not a good chance of you two getting along in the future. Can you talk us through some of those things?
Apparently he's watching too much hockey, but that's what you do in your own time during the week, I guess. To me, I did have a left rear tire flat, and I wasn't sure that if I turned too hard to the right to stay off of him or to get away from him, that the car would actually spin out the wrong way. My car would. So, believe that for what it's worth. I think there's some in-car cameras you can see, and I did have to come to pit road during that caution period to change left side tires because they were flat. So, as far as us getting along, I'm not sure we ever really did. I think he tried, and that's why at Homestead I kind of talked about the two-face of Kevin Harvick, and that I still believe that's out there, and that he'll talk to you to your face like you're best friends, but then behind closed doors or him at home or whatever, he has the utmost disrespectful thoughts or whatever else, So that's all. I don't care. I'm going on my own business.
Okay, we'll go ahead and Scott, do you have a question?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Scott Abraham, WBOC TV here in Dover. Kyle, you've had a lot of success at this track. What is it about the Monster Mile that I guess fits your style of racing?
I'm not sure. I love this place. It's fun to come here. I came here when I was 18 to race in the Nationwide Series for my first time, and it'll scare you the first time you come here. You know, you carry so much speed at this racetrack, and for it to be a mile in length and for it to be concrete, I mean, concrete surfaces that we race on anyway are a little bit slick. But, you know, this place here it's fun. It's definitely a roller coaster ride, and you need to treat it like it's fun and not to be scared of the place, I think, because you can get so much out of this place. You know, I feel like you can be, there's two ways of it. You could probably either be really, really good here or really, really bad here. And so some days you're going to be better than others, obviously, with how you can get your car set up compared to the competition. But for me, you know, just getting to race here in the trucks and the Nationwide cars and the Sprint Cup cars, you know, to me it gives me a little bit more experience on the racetrack. It helps me understand a little bit more about how the rubber gets laid down during the race and what all is going to happen and how the different cars might handle.
Okay, we'll take a question from Bob Pockris, then David Newton, then Reed Spencer, then Lee Spencer.
Bob Pockris, Scene Daily. Kevin said that your explanations for your accidents was one lie after another, and if you're going to race like that, you're going to have to learn to take care of yourself. So I guess, is there anything you've said that you feel like you want to clarify, and is there anything you would have done differently, I guess, to take care of yourself last week?
No, I don't feel like I'm lying about anything because there's video cameras and, 85 video cameras around the racetrack that'll pretty much simplify or back up anything that you're saying. So not lying about anything. So the only thing I will say, I guess, is that I'm sorry I came off of turn 2 on the flat trying to give Kevin room, and maybe I slid a little too far and I got into him first. Maybe that's what initiated everything. So I apologize about that. That you know, it wasn't my intentions to get into him and then have everything go down the way it went down. And so I was just trying to race the final 5 laps as hard as I could, as clean as I could to get the best finish we could. You know, we shouldn't have been back in that situation anyways, but we did have pit road, a loose wheel, and you know, problems on pit road that we had to rebound from and come back from. So in that respect, what was the other part? Do I need to do anything different to take care of myself? You know, I think it's in my sponsor's best interest and in my team owner's best interest that you know, we're not fighters, and that we're respectful competitors, and we're out here to do our job on the racetrack and race as best as we can, as hard as we can, and as clean as we can. And sometimes as clean as you can, you know, you might rub fenders with somebody or something like that. But you know, when it becomes from getting disrespected as bad as you have from one particular guy, at some point you finally say you've had enough, and you know, I feel like I did stick up for myself on the racetrack, but you know, apparently there was more than on the racetrack afterwards.